What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for jumping into another video. My name is Josh, and I am just your average Joe day trader. Today, I wanted to share with you a little bit about the market. What happened in the market today? It was kind of a question I've been asking myself all day. Several really good things, several crazy things, and some things on the horizon that I wanted to share with you that I think you should know about and kind of take a look at, put on your radar. But remember that everything I share with you is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I am not a brokerage. I'm not, here to tell you what to buy, when to sell it, etc. You've got to do your homework, your own due diligence, look at what I'm sharing with you based on my opinions and sharing with you a lot of what I'm doing. So you can absolutely go and research and do, homework on what I'm doing to see if it's worth it for you to do the same, or if you like what I'm talking about, etc. But some things I do can be a little bit risky. Some things I do are very cautious in risk. I like to play a little bit of both sides of the fence depending on what it is and what I'm hearing, what I'm researching, and what I'm learning. The average Joe day trader, AJDT best day trade list. I'm going to put it right here again. If you want to pause and take a screenshot of that or a picture with your camera, please do so. These are the stocks that I generally am in and out of every day, unless something hits my, my Discord or something's shared with me and I jump in and out of something with a trader that I trust and respect. Like something actually that happened to me today, I'll share very briefly with you. But at the end of the day, I'm usually pretty cautious, pretty careful. I like to really understand things before I jump right into them. And I'm sharing all that with you here on this channel. Hey, if this is your first time here at the channel, thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the content so we can continue to create more content and know that you liked it. And also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. The stock market today has been generally on a horrible down run. I have shared it and told you all that this S&P 500, the entire market during the month of August into September until the second week of October, is generally going to show a downward trend. Okay. We're in a recovery phase. This happens always this time of year. So we are seeing the downward volatility. And that doesn't mean as a retail day trader, you can't still take money, make money. It just means that your longer term portfolio, your longer term investments, you have to do some assessing of where you're at. And some of them potentially you need to sell off on them, which is something I'm looking at. I'm not telling you to do that. My opinion is you have to sell off some of it, let it drop down and buy back in. Now, if you're in a position like I am, where you bought Palantir at the low $100 range, you're not going to sell it off at $165, $160, because you're in a good place starting in the low 100s. But you would want to, as I just did today, add more to your portfolio, buy more Palantir. That's what I did. I just bought today, 9 more shares. Yes, I know, right? Some of you are thinking like 9 shares, big deal, $1,500, okay? $1,600, whatever. Yeah, but in the long range of it, adding more shares to an already slightly robust portfolio and adding 5 more shares here, 10 more shares here on the dips. Okay, that's how I roll. That's how I do it. That's my retirement. That's how I roll. Sorry. I know some people would say buy 100 shares, call it a day. Okay, cool. But it may drop from where I bought it today at 159 tomorrow to 150, the next day to 140. So I'm going to buy some now. A week from now I may buy more. A week after I may buy more, and I continue to grow my position and leverage the finances by the average. So that's what we're doing. All right, so that's where I'm at with Palantir and a lot of my longer term stocks. And I was just giving you the example of that. But I wanted to share with you today are some huge home runs. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the biggest ones that I had shared in the last couple videos was Intel. Okay. Intel today, and a lot of people, were in Intel. A lot of people were running Intel. A lot of people bought based on what we were seeing, which is that Trump has basically said that they're going to, as a government, invest at least 10% into Intel. Well, guess what? Intel didn't even have that happen today. They didn't even sign anything today showing 10%. What did happen today is that SoftBank just invested $2 billion into Intel. Well, that caused the stock literally from the overnight into this morning run. Now, we thought that Intel was going to run based on the news of the potential for this 10% buy-in from the US government. So what we see in the chart, as I'm showing you here, is yesterday, Intel was sort of doing this run up with some potential news, 10%, sounds good. Everybody got excited. And then boom, okay? The stock went nuts, literally opened up at $23.55, ran all the way up to a high of $25.12. Now, guys, this isn't closed market. This is post market. This is 24-hour trading. It stayed basically on this support level right here, and it kept going. And then when the market got into pre-market, 4 a.m., you see that it went up a little bit and then it started coming down. And I was like, oh boy, what's going to happen with this now? And then a little bit back up, a little bit down, and then boom, when the market opened at 9:30, it was fireworks. It opened up at 24.63 and it went all the way to 26.53. Beautiful day for Intel. I hope you guys were in it. I was in it. And when it got to about, I cashed out a little bit early, had a trailing stop loss, but I had to go deal with some other things and didn't want to, I stress over that a little bit. I like to watch it. So I took the profit. I saw a profit I was in, over 500 something dollars. I was good to go, got out. It did continue up, but I was super happy. I was super happy with my trade for the day on Intel. Started yesterday into today. And guess what? I'm not bag holding it like I complained about last time, because last time we had some sort of news like this, potentially I was bag holding. Now, guess what I'm going to do for Intel? I'm watching to see, because this dropped down today and closed at $25.31, sitting at $25.04 right now. I'm watching this downtrend in the post market. I want to see if it hits this support level again, if it stays overnight at the support level, and then when we get to the pre-market, what does it do? Because my plan is, we still haven't seen this 10% opportunity for the government to buy into Intel. So when that hits, potentially it's going to explode again. And so, hey, wash, rinse, repeat, buy in, let it run up. If I buy in and it drops back down, okay, then I'm bag holding Intel again, or I'll make decisions on it. But I think there's another opportunity coming for Intel, because Intel's now being backed by some big strength, and potentially it's going to be doing very, very good, especially backed by the government. So we'll see what happens for Intel. Okay, so one of the things I did jump into today was one of those plays, BSLK. There were some traders that were jumping in and out of this thing. Look at this thing, okay? I got into it a little bit late in the game, right? So this thing started at $6.54 this morning, was on a run, kept going. This is Bolt Projects Holding, and I jumped into it at, let's see, it halted in this candle right at $10. Like it literally was a halt. So I decided, because the volume was unbelievable, there was nothing negative going on with it whatsoever, that I thought that the halt would cause it to reverse. And I set a purchase order for $10.05 to see if I could get filled, jump in and get in and out of it. It did fill at 10:01 when it unhalted. It filled at $10.01 and it ran up. It went all the way to $12.36. I got out, and I want to say about $11.80 something cents. And that was great, because the 11.80 to 12.36 was bouncing all over the place. I mean, it was one of those. And then you see exactly what happened is, once it finally turned, it just completely dropped back out to where it was. But a great play today, BSLK. I don't even know if this would be something that would be looked at again, but it was a good play, and just kind of sharing it with you because it was one of those fun plays. Let's talk about the top average day trader list today. So everything for the most part kind of dropped. We'll start here. So just this whole day today, Tesla on the rundown, AMD on the nothing but a rundown, Nvidia was on this rundown. This was the market today. Palantir on this rundown. See, like, it's even down. I bought in more shares at 159. It's at 157.75, at 155 now. Hood was on this rundown. Everything for the most part was on a rundown. Nothing you're going to pull up is going to show really much positivity. But I'll tell you what did do really well today. Rocket Labs is another one that I'm considering buying into. What did do really good today, and if you look at it from the perspective of 5 minutes, let me show this to you. APLD. Okay, now I traded APLD. I actually got in here and I traded this candle, and that's exactly right, because it went to 1603. The next candle went to 1608. 1605, I was out. I only got in at 1589, right? So I'm in at 1589 thinking that this beautiful candle was the turn. Realized very quickly it was not the turn, and everyone was chatting about how the market, everything was on a downtrend, S&P 500, everything. I'm like, okay, definitely not where I want to be in APLD. I'm not going to become a bag holder on it. Sold it out at 1605, made very small money, right? Peanuts, but green, more money in the account. And then it ran down. And then I know that several people, once it hit this 1498 down, made the money run back up. And it did pretty good. It made it all the way up to, let's see, the high of $15.57. Not bad at all. So if you got in at 15 and ran it up to 15.57, 57 cents a share, pretty good. Not bad. And there's many stocks like this today that had that going on. I think QUBT was another one of those. No, it wasn't QUBT. I mean, it wasn't QBTS. It was QUBT. Yeah, it had some run opportunity. Most people told me like, hey, I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. A lot of people right now are buying calls and options because they think that this is going to probably turn tomorrow, the next day, long term, not zero DTEs. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on in the market. AMPX, another one that I don't really look at all that often because it's in my long term and I'm not really day trading that one right now. But it had a down, but look what it's doing in the aftermarket now. It's having some up and down volatility. Closed at 674, 675, sitting at it. But I still like AMPX, guys. I still love this battery company. A lot of good things to it. Webull also, a lot of people are having a lot of discussion about Webull and what's happening with that. They're all saying a good buying opportunity at 1491. Same thing with Joby at 1465. So there's some really good opportunities out there. SoundHound, especially at $13.14. Man, SoundHound looks pretty good, but we still think that there's a little bit more to come. You can see that it basically got to, rejected at this support level here of $13.19. So we'll see what happens with that. But at the end of the day, guys, good market day, a lot going on. Everything was pretty much down. So I know I say good market day. I still made money as a retail day trader. No reason why you couldn't either. And that's pretty much it. Listen, if you have any questions or comments, drop them below in the comment section. Let me know. Ask me any questions. Share your experiences. Thank you for all of you that do contribute to the channel. We're at, I think, 1,420 or 1,440 subscribers right now. Want to continue to grow that. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. And very happy to have you here. We'll see what the market does tonight through the overnight and the 24 hours. Excited to see the 4 a.m. Hopefully we see some upward momentum tomorrow. The other one that I was taking a look at, I wanted to share this last thing with you, Oklo, OKLO. A lot of chatter about Oklo right now. I'll put the picture up here on the screen. Somebody actually purchased $1 million in calls to expire by Friday, the end of this week, at the $72, $73 range, $72, $73, $74. I jumped in, I bought 100 shares just to see what's going to happen with it. Hey, if it runs, it runs. We'll see. I'm going to monitor it through the morning and see if it's, if it's something I think that it's not going to run, I pull out of it. If it's something I think like it is going to run, then good. I hope it does. See everyone tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Josh out. Peace.